very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It is our weekly Take the Points version of the show, where it's me and a couple of folks will talk about sports for the next 60 minutes. But, again, the couple of folks could not be here today as I believe, what was it? Jamie had doctor's appointments. Brian had work issues. He had some people coming in that he had to show something to. And Lucas, I can't remember what it was. So Lucas had something going on, but he couldn't be here. So it's me, you, and the television today, and I do appreciate you calling in. I do appreciate you tuning in. We'll have some fun today. Going to talk about the Belmont Stakes today. Going to talk about and Belmont Stakes. You don't cook them. It's the horse race. It's the third jewel of the Triple Crown, and most of the Kentucky Derby contenders are back in, so that's cool. Going to talk about the Belmont Stakes. Going to talk a little bit about, basketball, hockey reaching their playoff finals. We'll talk about those and all kinds of other things here today. On a little baseball, a little football, a little World Cup, who knows? But it's Big Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in on this gorgeous Friday morning, Friday, June 5th. All right, I'll tell you now. I'm shooting this Wednesday afternoon because I've got things going on tomorrow and Friday. But I'm shooting this Wednesday afternoon, and as such, I don't know who's won the basketball games and stuff, but we'll get to that when we get to that. That's just a little early warning too. But what's going on in and around your area today? Some community events in and around your place of living here on Friday, June 5th and Saturday, June 6th. Packing up Polly. I don't even know what that is, but that is I believe it's it's a play over at the Salem Community Theater. They didn't send me any information on that. I usually get stuff from Salem. They must have forgotten me. Meredith Fike used to be in charge of all that, and I think she may have retired from that. But yeah, the Packing Up Polly play is set for tonight and tomorrow nights at 7 o'clock, and also then on Sunday at 3 p.m. So that'll be very nice. The adults cost $10 a ticket to get in. Students $6 to get in. This one I know a little bit more about. Up in Montrose tonight and tomorrow. The More For Montrose Rodeo. The More for Montrose Rodeo. This is going to be at the Montrose Village Park. It'll be starting, I think they open up the lots at like 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock today, and probably the same time tomorrow. They go till 11 o'clock. $20 to get in for adults, kids 17 and under, just $10. 5 and under, free. Oh, that's cool. They have bucking broncos. They're going to have the bulls. They're going to have all kinds of stuff going on there at the More for Montrose Rodeo. A few things going on Saturday as well. Starting off over in Mount Airy. At 6 a.m. It's the Ruritan Breakfast in Mount Airy. They're hosting their monthly breakfast this Saturday from 6 to 9. Menu will be all you can eat: sausage, biscuits and gravy, hash browns, scrambled eggs, pancakes. $8 for adults, $4 for children. Throw them a 10 and walk on into the line. Now, I tell you what, don't even ask, I don't want my change. I want that to go to the Ruritans. That's what you need to do. That'll help them out. And if you decide to eat there, do it early, because they're going 6 to 9 a.m. You might be able to then work up a bit of a hunger to go up to Sailor Springs for the big Clay City Sailor Springs American Legion breakfast. It goes till 10. So start at 6 a.m. in Mount Airy. then rest a little while, go take a nap, get back up, go up to Clay City, Sailor Springs before 10 o'clock. They're hosting their monthly breakfast as well. It's sausage, biscuits, and gravy, pancakes, and bacon, all by donation. Flip another 10. Off you'll go. You'll just have a ball, and you'll get a full belly. You know, another thing going on this weekend, and I don't even have it on the sheets because I was surprised. They moved it to Sunday rather than Saturday. The Alney Noble Fly-In is this weekend. It's usually on Saturday. I don't know what they've got going on this week for it not to be on Saturday, but it'll be on Sunday this weekend. That's at the Alney Noble Airport. Speaking of things to do that are off the list, I didn't even think about this until just now. The city band seasons have started in both Fairfield and in Alney. Alney plays at the Alney City Park every Wednesday night at 7:30. You're going to want to go. It's a lot of fun. They've got all kinds of stuff going on. I know, and I play in it, so I'm biased. I'm playing in that on Wednesday nights at 7:30, and then on Thursday nights playing in Fairfield. That's at 7 o'clock on the Courthouse Square. If you like your music local and the band's local, it's a good time. City band, both places, Alney and Fairfield. I know Salem's got one too, but I don't know when they play. I know they've been practicing a little bit, but I'm not certain. They may play in July. Also on Saturday, the Cumberland Chapel Church down just north of Fairfield, they are hosting their 140th anniversary with a day of music, food, and fellowship on Saturday. Celebration will take place at the church. It's at 2096 County Road 1320 North in Fairfield, north of Fairfield. I'm not certain exactly which church that is. Picnic-style lunch provided by Big Boy Catering served at 11:30, followed by gospel music from Fortress Quartet. Organizers say the event will honor the 140-year history while looking forward with faith and excitement to the future. For more information, you can contact Tina Smith. She probably could also help you out with the I'm not sure. I was going to say she might be able to help you out with the Mount Airy stuff, but that's a different Smith. 599-1206 for Tina, or visit the church in person on Saturday. You can learn whatever you want. How about, all right, you're not going to Wayne County. You're going to go, you live in Effingham County. You want to go someplace in Effingham County and you have a Jeep. There are a couple of different Jeep events going on in Effingham County this weekend starting at 10 a.m. at Tuscan Hills Winery. It's the Ears Jeepin' for the Paws 2026 Jeep Run. Effingham Area, what is that called? Rescue Society. Effingham Animal Rescue Society will be putting this on. All vehicles are welcome. Doesn't have to be a Jeep. Family friendly, fun drive to win prizes and raise funds for homeless animals in need of families. They're going to start at Tuscan Hills. That's where they'll have registration, T-shirts, tickets. First stop for the raffle baskets. So you're going to need to go to each spot. You get a new raffle basket ticket or something that says that you've been there and you're along. And then they're going to go to Danny's Bar. Find out if you've won a basket. Then they're going to, I guess you get the raffle baskets at Tuscan Hills. It's got your raffle tickets that they're going to give away at each place. That's what it is. Danny's Bar, find out if you win a basket. Buy tickets for the second stop at Luke's in Altamont. Luke's in Altamont's going to be the second stop. They'll be waiting for you with $10 pulled pork sandwiches and fries. Hey, that's not a bad deal. Adding the fries in like that. Find out if you want a basket. Buy tickets there for the third stop, which is the Barn and Bottle Winery. And they'll find out if you won the basket and buy tickets for the fourth stop as well. The fourth stop, last stop, it'll be the Nest Cardinal Golf Course. Find out if you want a basket or get your last minute bids in for the online auction. Great items and experiences, all kinds of stuff going on, and all kinds of great stuff up for the auction. The last bid on the auction will be taken by 7 p.m. Central. They've already started it. Find the Effingham Animal Rescue Society website, ears on Facebook or online. They'll be able to tell you, you'll be able to find all kinds of good stuff. How about this? Up at Lake Sarah on Saturday, Rock the Kids. Rock for Kids. This is going to be on the stage at Lake Sarah. That's on East Marine Road, just the northwest side of Effingham. This all goes to help a wonderful cause. Crisis Nursery of Effingham County, in partnership with the HSHS St. Anthony's Memorial Hospital, proud to announce the return of their annual Rock for Kids event. It's a benefit concert sponsored by Poss Music Works. Our good buddy Bill Poss helping put that on. The event takes place at the stage of Lake Sarah from 2 to 9:30 p.m. on Saturday. That's a good long day. Take the lawn chairs out there and make a day of it. This high-energy community event will showcase local youth musicians featuring 13 bands and performers ranging from age 10 to their early 20s. Attendees are encouraged to come out and support their favorite artists throughout the day. Admission includes a wristband that allows you to come and go, making it easy to schedule and for families to fit the event, whoever they want to see, that kind of thing, and figure out which performance they are most excited to see. They're all going to be good, though, as starting at 2 o'clock, Jansen Cronkite, followed on by Ripley Peterson. I like this one at 3:25 for about 15 minutes. Shovel the Pumpkins. We'll be playing at 3:25. Isaac Bivers at 3:40. Keeping going, Jude Metzelaars, Evan Williamson, Blue Poss, but that's Bill's boy Blue, is playing at 5:05. At 5:55, Jake Busher's playing. Now, you've seen him. He's really good, Jake Busher. At 6:10, the Mutineers. Dylan Reed at 7:15. The Hip Huggers. Who doesn't like the Hip Huggers? Ben Eskers at 8:05, and then at 8:20, Max Harmon and the Little Truckers. Those are some great names that those kids already have put together. And in addition, there's going to be balloon art, face painting, creative art experiences, and food from the Floating Goat. There you go. HSHS will provide the first aid. Of course, the Crisis Nursery extends a special thanks to Bill Passalacqua and Poss Music Works, and to Scott Greenwood and the Greenwood Carpentry Services, as well as Marty Williamson, for their continued dedication to showcasing local youth talent. That's great. All the ticket funds go to help out Crisis Nursery. That's wonderful. What else going on today, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, this one I can get behind. It happens twice a year. National Donut Day. Each falls on the first Friday in June. Folks participate in National Donut Day. This food holiday celebrates the delicious donate and honors the Salvation Army Lassies. In case you didn't know, the Salvation Army Salvation Army Lassies are the women who served the donuts to soldiers during World War I. National Donut Day origins began during World War I, which also referred to as the Great War and the First World War. Over 4 million U.S. men and women served, almost 3 million of those serving overseas with conflicts in Europe, the Middle East, Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. It was most difficult for troops fighting on the front lines, and in 1917, a group of women, often referred to as lassies, were sent to the front lines in France by the Salvation Army. They were directed to set up field bases near the front lines, try to boost morale among troops. The makeshift huts were a place the soldiers could stock up on necessities, get a small break from fighting. Little did they know the Salvation Army lassies would not only boost morale, but make history with the creation of one of the most celebrated food holidays. The donut. Salvation Army created National Day. Look at all those donuts. I like that. What's your favorite one of that group up there, folks? I don't know what some of them are. What is a UBE or a Wonut? I'm not sure what that is, but maple bar, no croissant donut, of course. Apple fritter, I love. Vanilla frosted, all kinds of different bacon. Have you ever had the maple bacon bar up there? That's that is one you might want to think about. So, yeah, this is celebrated each year on the first Friday of June. I think they also celebrate National Donut Day in November around Veterans Day. So there you go. What else is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, which one is it? There we go. National Gingerbread Day falls on June 5th. 'Tis the season to celebrate National Gingerbread Day. While that may sound strange on June 5th, gingerbread lovers across the country, they just flat out celebrate by sampling their favorite recipes and gingerbread treats, whether in the form of cakes, bars, biscuits, bread. However, gingerbread is a delicious any time of year. It's believed that what century do you think gingerbread was first brought to Europe? 10th century, the 10th century AD. He first brought to Europe in 992 by an Armenian monk, and he lived there for 7 years, teaching the gingerbread cooking to French priests and Christians until his death in 999. The poor guy didn't get to see the second millennia. How about that? By 1444, Swedish nuns were baking gingerbread to solving indigestion with gingerbread. And by the 17th century, gingerbread biscuits were sold in monasteries, and then they became widely available the next year after that. So it is said that Queen Elizabeth I served her guests miniature gingerbread versions of themselves. That's pretty impressive. What else going on here on June 5th, ladies and gentlemen? After you've had gingerbread, after you've had donuts, you got to wash it down with something, right? I suggest you pick something else. Don't go to this one. National Moonshine Day. This recognizes the beverage with a notorious record of blurring the lines of history and the law, turning ordinary men and women into criminals and common criminals into legends. As traditionally, moonshine is an illegally distilled whiskey spirit mostly made from corn mash and typically produced by an individual illegally without a permit. If things go, the history of moonshine goes all the way back to the Whiskey Rebellion of 1791. It occurred in Pennsylvania when the federal government placed a tax on distilled spirits. During this time, farmers made whiskey from their excess grain to earn income. When the government began taxing the farmers decided to begin making moonshine as a way to defy the new tax. Sadly, the rebellion was short-lived. That was actually the first time an American president crushed a rebellion. George Washington, he said, "You guys aren't doing that." No whiskey rebellion, not on my watch," said George Washington. That was like second year of his presidency. So yeah, there's an old boy enjoying whiskey. So here's some moonshine trivia ideas. Uncle Jesse's CB handle on the Dukes of Hazzards was Shepherd. I did not know that. The X's on the moonshine jug, they represent the number of times a batch was run through the still. If marked XXX, the moonshine, pure alcohol. if you get the XXX. Did this one have any? Yeah, this one, none of these have the XXX. You always see the hillbillies. Yeah, look at that guy. What do Esther Clark, Edna Gerard, Stella Beaumont, Mary Wozniak all have in common? They're all bootleggers. It's an equal opportunity profession. As well as Lavinia Gilman. At 80 years old, she ran a 300-gallon still in Montana. The judge suspected her son was the real culprit, though. And during Prohibition, there were many ways to transport bootlegged moonshine. Faking a funeral was a convenient ruse to move moonshine. Wow. Who knew? What else going on today? What do you want to do? What do you want to see on television today? Major League Baseball this afternoon. The Giants will be at the Cubs. That'll be at 1:20. Robbie Ray versus Ben Brown. That's on Marquee, Channel 367. This evening at 5:40, it's Chicago at Philadelphia. White Sox at Philadelphia. Anthony Kay versus Jesus Luzardo. Chicago Sports Network, Channel 353. And also at 7:15, the Reds at the Cardinals. Brady Singer versus Kyle Leahy. That's on STL, Channel 372. New York Mets are at the Padres. Christian Scott versus Michael King. That's on MLB Network at 9:10. NBA Finals tonight, Game 2. 7:30 this evening. The Knicks at the Spurs. And also, have you noticed that Channel 97 is just 3 down from me, or 2 down, depending on where you're watching this. That's WNOI. Click down to it now and come back here. I'll wait. I'm telling you to do that. Thanks for coming back. I'm telling you to do that because that's where the baseball game will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. That's where the NCOE Cardinals will be playing for the sectional championship. It's on WNOI. We couldn't get set up there at Altamont, but NOI's got the radio version of it. You're going to want to listen to it. It's Josh and Roy doing it. Good show, and good luck to the North Clay Cardinals playing in the sectional final Saturday at 11 a.m. Channel 97 on the radio. There you go. Let's come back. Let's talk about other things on Saturday. Belmont Stakes. We'll do that right after these words. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Bruce Dickey here with Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you also for tuning into Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You can find it here daily at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. Talk about all kinds of different subjects. People, interesting folks in the community, community events coming up, just all kinds of stuff that will matter to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Good afternoon, good morning, good whatever. Wherever you're listening, appreciate you tuning in here on Wabash Cats TV. I'm Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey running here right now. You ready for the horse racing? Now, I know some people get sick of horse racing. I love it. That's why I keep telling you about horse racing. The third crown of the third jewel of the Triple Crown is set for Saturday. I want to say around 6 p.m. Now, this is the final one that they're running up at Saratoga. The Belmont racetrack has been under reconstruction for about the last 2 years. Last 3, I guess. And finally supposed to be back in there in December. And we'll have the regular Belmont Stakes in Belmont next year. The thing is, though, Saratoga's track isn't big enough to run a 1.5 mile race like you can run at like they run at Belmont. You say, Bruce, a track's a track, just run farther. Well, yeah, but that doesn't really work for horses because you only want them to do 2 turns. So you can't really start. They don't really want to start them in the middle of a turn. And if you're looking for a 1.5 miles at Saratoga, you'd be starting them like in the middle of the home stretch or the middle of the back turn, and you'd have 3 turns to start. That just doesn't work for horse racing. You really can't do that. So they're only running a 1.25 miles. That's good for some of the horses coming back. Golden Tempo will be back in this race, the Kentucky Derby champion. He'll be back along with a slew of other contenders from that race. It's actually not that big a race, but they got a bunch of the good horses from the Kentucky Derby to get back in. Here's the post for the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. It'll be 1.25 miles on the dirt track. You've got, what is there, 6 horses there, 7 horses that ran in the Kentucky Derby out of just 9. Golden Tempo down there on the wide outside at 9-2. Golden Tempo doesn't mind being out wide, does he? He won the Kentucky Derby out wide, but that's the most surprising thing to me about looking at the morning line here. Renegade was the favorite for a while in the Kentucky Derby, but he didn't go off as the favorite. Didn't Commandment catch up? Renegade and Chief Wallaby are the 2-1 and 3-1 morning line, and I don't think that's how they're gonna stay. Here's Renegade. Renegade he was upset, of course, by Golden Tempo. Irad Ortiz is his jockey. He was visibly upset when Renegade came up short under the Twin Spires. So nobody has more motivation this week than Irad on Renegade. Irad Ortiz, by the way, probably the best jockey in the world right now. He is. If he's not the best in the world, he's in the top. You don't talk about the top jockeys in the world without Irad Ortiz being in the top 2 or 3. So that's Renegade. That's the horse that he's riding. He got second place in the Kentucky Derby, but he got second place to his brother on Golden Tempo. He's 2-1 this week, and that seems a little short on him, but I guess he could do that. At 3-1. Here is Chief Wallaby. Chief Wallaby is a colt of Constitution, son of Constitution. He'll get another crack at Commandment, who ran also in the Kentucky Derby. This is a chief rival. The love from Derby Day is still evident with the short price, and now folks will see if the same interested parties are willing to go a second time at a smaller number. It's a black horse, and that's maybe why people are betting it. I don't understand the love for Chief Wallaby, but 3-1's where he is. He's also he's going to be going up against this one, Emerging Market. Emerging Market is the 8 horse here. He's lightly raced. He's a brown horse. He's Chad Brown horse. Only has 3 runs to his name. He's won twice. Took 10th in the Kentucky Derby. And he won the Louisiana Derby at 1 3/16. So the length really isn't a thing. He really got bumped up in the Kentucky Derby. I was all over Emerging Market. I thought he was gonna win the Kentucky Derby, but he got bumped pretty hard. Shouldn't have that tough a trip here in the Belmont. Other horses, of course, we've been talking about. Commandment a little bit already. There's Commandment. Oh, wait a minute. I remember. Emerging Market. He threw a shoe. He threw a shoe early in the Kentucky Derby. That was my problem. I knew that there was an issue with Emerging Market. Yeah, he threw a shoe in the Derby. And you're not going to throw a shoe twice. At least you hope not. That means you probably have foot problems if you do. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of Emerging Market. Here's Commandment. Commandment, probably the biggest disappointment at Louisville. He had won 4 straight before finishing 7th in the Derby, and with less traffic and not a whole lot of pace in this field, it might set up better for him, and he's 6-1. Of those, of the ones we're showing you, everybody's 6-1 or better. That's why the Kentucky Derby's such fun. You get such a big chance to make more money. On the outside, there's a big old Golden Tempo. Coming off that Derby win 5 weeks ago, with making history for his female trainer Sherry DeVoe. He's going to look to put her name next to her. There has been a female winning trainer, Belmont. He won the Derby at 23-1. Now he's 5-2. Everyone will forever remember his closing run over the final couple of furlongs to make history. But Jose Ortiz, Irad's brother, by the way, may have to run a different style here by running closer to the front of the field and maybe spending a little more energy early. If he does have to spend that energy early, that will affect his opportunities at the end of the race. I'm not going to be betting. I'm not throwing money at Golden Tempo. One of us is. I tell you what we'll do. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back talk about the NBA finals, the finals, as well as the Stanley Cup final. And I'll see if I can explain why they call it that. One's the finals, the other's the final. Back after these.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mud hole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Hello, I'm Beth Cooper.
And I am Stacey Earlywhite, and together we host By the Way with Beth and Stacey.
It airs Monday through Friday on Wabash Channel 100 at 11 a.m. and again at 3 p.m.
We love to follow Clay County history, and we've been venturing out too in other counties. We absolutely love history.
You can also find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is By the Way with Beth and Stacey, or like and follow us on Facebook.
Goldfinger, trying to destroy the courthouse, I see.
Precisely, Mr. Bond!
Too bad, Goldfinger. I've got a secret weapon.
Huh?
Buildington. Zinc Buildington.
We'll need new lumber, doors, paint, windows, plumbing, electrical.
What's cool?
Zinc Buildington and Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
That one just tickles me. Welcome back, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV, our weekly Take the Point show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Bruce Dickey. As I just, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs, but for the final series, they just call it the final. It's the Stanley Cup final. It's the final match of the tournament. Whereas for the NBA, it's the finals, because I don't think they really call it the tournament, or I'm not sure really what they call, why they do that, but that's what they do. Here is if you've been watching, you know that, and I'm shooting this on Wednesday afternoon. Game one of the Stanley Cup Final was on Tuesday night. Game one of the NBA Finals is on Wednesday night, tonight. If you're me in live time, if you're watching this on Friday morning, what I say here may sound silly as can be. Well, that some of us are going to be right, some of us are going to be wrong. But all I can tell you, and I'll show you our picks for the horse race as well as for the finals here in a minute. All I can tell you is pick who you choose. Pick who you like. Here's what the odds are in the NBA championship prior to Wednesday night. It's the Knicks plus money. The Spurs, you got to bet 200 on the Spurs to get paid 100 back. You got to bet 100 on the Knicks, you get paid 270 back. If you're looking for a good shot, that's a great number for the Knicks. To me, they've won 11 in a row. They are on a big roll right now. They come into the finals very rested, as the Spurs finished off the champs on Sunday night or Saturday night. So big rest advantage for the Knicks. However, the Spurs have that guy, the minus money projected winner of the MVP award, Victor Wembanyama. And the Knicks have Jalen Brunson. It is basically a two-man show on and truly should be that way, because the Wembanyama and Jalen Brunson, if either of their teams wins the finals, wins the playoff series, they're going to have to be the ones taking care of it, because there's nobody else on their teams really that are good enough to take over and beat the other team. Karl Anthony Towns is good. Stephen Castle is good. Well, just take a look at the other names. OG Anunoby, 50-1 to win MVP. Carl Anthony Towns 20-1. Stephen Castle 50-1. 80-1 for De'Aaron Fox. Dylan Harper 150-1. And there's 150-1 also on Josh Hart for the Knicks. If Josh Hart wins it, by golly, you deserve your 150-1. You bet $10 in there, you get $1,500 back. That's a sweet deal. Here's what the NHL. Now, this again was prior to Vegas winning on Monday night. This is a little tighter. Vegas always a little tighter. The Vegas casinos always a little tighter on the hockey than they are in the basketball. And the Golden Knights, this would probably be even right now after the Golden Knights won on Tuesday night. Here's the Conn Smythe winners, and it's a leaning, of course, there toward the Hurricanes. Mitch Marner, Frederick Anderson, the goalie for the Hurricanes. Mitch Marner, pardon me, for Vegas. Nobody else for Vegas till Jack Eichel. Well, you got the goalie up there too, but Jack Eichel at 1,600. Why do I mention those guys? Well, that's because when I get to our picks. Here's the take the points picks for this week. And by golly, take a picture of the screen because you'll see how wrong we all may be. Me and Weeze like the Spurs at minus 190, and I took the Spurs in 6 for plus 475. I'm taking Victor Wembanyama as the MVP. So is Weeze. He's got Spurs in 5. I've got it going back to New York, I guess, for Game 6. I had a good reason, and I can't remember what it was. Jamie likes the Knicks in 5. Lucas likes the Knicks in 6. Lucas is going with chalk with Brunson as the MVP and Josh Brown for the Knicks for Jamie. So, yeah, Jamie's going long shot there in the Cup. And actually, Jamie and Weeze both made these picks after Game 1, after the Knights won Game 1. I made this pick yesterday before the Knights won Game 1. I'm taking the Knights in 6. If you pick the particular number of games, it's plus 550. And Jack Eichel at 16-1. Weeze got Anderson at 400. So Jamie got Anderson at 400, the goalie for the Hurricanes, and Lucas is taking the Blues, who are no longer in it. And he's taking Chris Pronger, who's the Hall of Famer now, and he hasn't played for about 15 years. So that leaves us the Belmont Stakes. Weeze and I, actually Renegade is getting win tickets for 3 of us, but not big ones, not big win tickets at 2-1. So that wouldn't really cover our whole 20. Really, to tell you the truth, the way we've done on the Preakness and the Kentucky Derby, you might be wise just to avoid it here, avoid anything we say. I'm taking Renegade to win. I'm taking Emerging Market to win. And I've got a trifecta box on, let's see, that would be Emerging Market and 4, 7, and 8. And let's see, that's Renegade, Emerging Market, and who was the 8? I can't remember the 8. Oh, 8 was... I have it right here. I can look right now. The 8 is Emerging Market, 7 is Commandment, and 4 is Renegade. Lucas likes a trifecta box there of Emerging Market along with Golden Tempo and Growth Equity. That's pretty good, but it's dangerous to keep Renegade out of your top 3. Really is. And then you can see Weeze's wildness there. Jamie's the only one who's basically sticking with the champ. He likes Golden Tempo. Hope he gets good money out of that. He might. Let's come right back. Let's talk a little bit about baseball. We haven't talked baseball for quite some time. Baseball's fun. Let's talk baseball right now. Back right after these.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
How about I hit the microphone? Welcome back, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, let's take a little look at the baseball. What's going on? Oh boy, the American League has 5 teams that are 500 or over. And I had somebody ask me, why are there only 4 or 5 teams in a league that are over 500? Well, it's because of I don't know, parity or something like that. Actually, it's because they expanded. It's because they expanded the schedules. So teams now play more interleague teams or interleague games than they ever played before. So you get fewer games in your own division to beat up on bad teams in your division. You get to play better teams from other divisions, and that's what that's one small reason behind it. I'm just telling you that to tell you that. Here's what the Rays and Yankees up there on top in the American League. How about the National League? The Braves at 41 wins. Boy, they are so good this year as they've won 6 out of their last 10. And the Cardinals struggling. Boy, they are joining the Cubs on the struggle bus right there, kind of going down. They're going to have to turn it around. The Brewers might be building just too big a lead for the Cardinals and Pirates and Cubs to get back to. It makes you wonder, should you count out the Cubs? You probably shouldn't. Because they've got good pitching, but it's got to be healthy. Let's take a look at the American League. Oh yeah, this is interesting. The Cy Young is more wide open than ever. As you've got Dylan Cease, Cam Schlittler has been pitching just lights out for the Rays. He was part of the trade. Who'd they said? Oh, I'm having a brain cramp. The Rays traded for him. The Yankees. Pardon me. He's a Yankee. He's in the Yankees lineup. Folks were thinking that the Yankees might pick up Paul Skeens after trade Schlittler along with three or four prospects last year. The trade never happened. And Schlittler's now pitching really well for the Yankees. So there's that one. How about the National League? This is the weird one. It is wide open. Shohei Ohtani had been kind of thought of as, a runaway winner. But all of a sudden, everybody kind of realized, oh, my gosh, Christopher Sanchez didn't give up a run in May. oh my gosh, Jacob Mizorowski gave up 1 run in May. And then Paul Skeens pitched pretty good as well. So Ohtani's got his hands full if he's going to win the Cy Young. Now, he's probably going to go on and win the MVP award, but he may not. There are other people having good years as well. So, I mean, it's just, you never know. Here's what the American League pennant looks like. Yankees are still getting a lot of love, even though the Rays are ahead of them in the East. And then out in the West, you have the Dodgers. Boy, they're still less than even money to win the National League. The Braves can keep up with the Dodgers, and if you've seen the Brewers pitching, they could keep up with the Dodgers as well. I mean, that I just showed you Jacob Mizorowski. He's phenomenal pitcher for the Brewers. So we're 60 games in. Yeah. 60 thereabouts. It's still pretty wide open. They're a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun coming up this summer talking about baseball. Speaking of fun, let's come back. We're going to talk about summer fun as well as a big NFL trade. Talk all about that as we wrap things up on today's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back after these. Stick around.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in here this afternoon. Appreciate it. Did you see the big trade in the NFL this week? Not that one, the other one. The trade that had been rumored for months and months and months, probably weeks and weeks and weeks anyway. A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots from the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, that went. And the Eagles, I tell you what, I think they snookered people again. The Eagles they got a lot of good picks for A.J. Brown. And I really think the Eagles snookered the Patriots. The other big trade, of course, though, was Myles Garrett going from Cleveland to the Rams. This is arguably the best defensive player in the NFL, number 95 there on the right-hand side. That's who the Rams received. Now, they had to give up a ton when you look at what Cleveland got. And Cleveland held out. They were able to get Jared Verse from the Rams. Jared Verse a good linebacker. Jared Verse is he's young. He's about 25 years old, and he's outstanding. They also get the Rams first round pick in 2027, and the thing is, a first round pick is basically a second round pick if the Rams finish up where everybody thinks they're going to finish. If they finish they should probably be the final 4, 5, 6 picks of the first round. So that's not that great a pick. Then they pick up a second round pick the next year and a third round pick for the year after. That's what that one looks like. Here in more verbal form is what this one looks like. Jared Verse out of Florida State. Of course, Miles Garrett, out of Texas A&M about 10 years ago. Miles Garrett, though, he's a monster. So you're putting this monster on the Rams, who already have just about everything right. The reason the Seahawks beat them this year because they had bad cornerbacks. They've gone out and gotten good corners. They have the MVP running the offense. I really don't want the Rams to win again because I'm a St. Louis Rams fan, and I hate Stan Kroenke. But, oh, boy, that just makes me happy that the Avalanche got beat, I guess. But that's that trade. What do you think of it? I am flummoxed that the Rams picked up the best offensive player in the league. That's what they do. Some teams are well run. Some teams are the Cleveland Browns. So good luck to both of them. How about the World Cup? We're about 6 days from the World Cup starting. Starts on June 11th in Mexico City. Here it's the group stage. Mexico plays on Thursday night, next Thursday. We'll talk about the Cup more at length next week. I know you're looking forward to that. I know you are. I know you are. But yeah, we'll talk more about that. Here's who's really good. Here's the World of Football ELO rankings. And Spain, the number 1 team in the world. Argentina somehow still ranked number 2. And I think that'll fall because Argentina is beat up. It looks like Vegas thinks it'll fall as well because they have Spain, the top team, along with France. That doesn't really, it gets close to agreement here with the ELO ratings. ELO is it's the national world rating system. And if you're looking for the U.S. on this, you're going to have to keep going down. You're going to have to start looking around the 30s. About 36, 37, 38 is where the United States is. And actually, for all the teams hosting, Mexico down there at number 19 is the only team that is in the top 20 of the teams that are hosting this year for the World Cup. So, I bring all this. Who might be the first early bust out of the World Cup? Somebody gets busted out early each year. Some really good team. It was Belgium. They were the 5th seed back in 2022, and they didn't make the round of. They didn't make the round of. Well, I guess it was 32 that year. So a round of 16. So I don't know. Who do you think is going to bust out? We'll know a lot more next week. We're going to talk next week about the World Cup a little bit more fully. Hey, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this glorious Friday the 5th. Go North Clay Cardinals. Get them tomorrow. I'll see y'all later.